Welcome back, everyone, to your brand new favorite movie review YouTube channel with its lovely host, Peter Mann. What's up, y'all, of Mann Cinema Reviews. Today we got the dual movie review format going. Give you a little sample, a little preview. It's the new gay rom-com, first of its kind, Bros, as well as the latest film directed by David O. Russell, Amsterdam. But before we get to those two movie reviews, you gotta do a couple of things for me, and that is to press like, subscribe, and remember to hit the notification bell as well to notify you every time I upload a new review to this channel. Thank you very much for choosing Mann Cinema Reviews. So, we have the latest, first of its kind, gay romantic comedy written by Billy Eichner, starring Billy Eichner as a neurotic podcaster content with going on random grinder dates, not being attached to a relationship, opening up the first of its kind LGBTQ museum in New York. Everything is going well until he meets his match, the strappingly athletic Aaron, a detached lawyer also wanting to play the field. When the two get together and start developing feelings for one another, in turn, it starts becoming a commitment for both. So like I said, self-proclaimed, first of its kind, romantic gay comedy, Bros, directed by Nicholas Stoller, who I've been a fan of, especially with Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Billy Eichner, just very quick-witted, smart, witty dialogue that he writes here. And I like the fact that it is just a nice slice of social commentary. I know we've had gay representation with Brokeback Mountain and The Power of a Dog. Again, these are films starring straight actors playing gay characters, and I like the fact that Billy Eichner brings these issues up with the gay community, and I like the fact that it's very authentic with its very diverse cast of LGBTQ actors and comedians. I just like the fact that it's great representation, and I like the fact that it is also fairly funny in scenes. I think that the writing is strong with Billy Eichner. I like the fact that this is a template of what you would see in any usual classic romantic comedy, a la You Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally. Very strong in its writing. I give it credit where credit is due. Now, I feel like with it being produced by Judd Apatow, it kind of runs into these, comedy tropes that Judd Apatow actually, is known for. And with a long running time, it's just not always as witty as I thought it was going to be. It feels preachy in pockets of the film, and where I like the biting, comedy that the film has, calling out Hollywood and making a plethora of films about gay characters, but not being performed by, gay out actors. I like the fact that this film flips the script and give us that authentic voice for the LGBTQ community. And Billy Eichner certainly, delivers tenfold. However, I think that its scope is kind of askew a little bit. I don't think it's as funny throughout its duration. There are great deep pockets of comedic scenes where, it's not afraid, to show, the love scenes. I actually like the fact that it embraces that. I don't know why Hollywood's so shy, shies away from showing that on film. and Billy Eichner definitely gives us the representation, and we feel the authentic nature of a real gay romantic comedy. And with that, I do think that it gets its message and points across. I just really wish it would have fun while doing it and not sounding so PSA and preachy in pockets with the film. However, I did find it amiable, enjoyable, surface level fun that I think it's great to see the representation and having the authentic voice. So with that, I do give Bros its credit where credit is due and giving it a commendable but soft 3-star review. Now, going to Amsterdam with David O. Russell with this ensemble cast: Christian Bale, Chris Rock, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Anya Taylor-Joy, Rami Malek, the list goes on and on, Zoe Saldana, just a slew of actors and actresses that come to play. Now, David O. Russell is known for these big ensemble casts. Let me go into the plot. It's about 3 friends set in the 1930s who meet in circumstances of war. They grow up. One becomes a doctor, the other one becomes a lawyer, one was a nurse, and with that, the friends kind of grow apart, going in separate directions, but are brought together by an event where a murder happens, and the 3 are connected, are also suspects, and now they also uncover a very scathing piece of American history. Now, with Amsterdam, a lot is going on here. David O. Russell, not one to shy away from a very, storied, very contemplative, and very nuanced director, and not one to also be playful when it comes to improvisation. I feel as a director, he does this as well. Now, where the stories stay intact in films like The Fighter, Silver Linings Playbook, Three Kings, which are 3 favorite films of his. I also would like to add American Hustle as well, where I feel like he gets a little convoluted in I Heart Huckabees, Joy, and now Amsterdam. Unfortunately, I feel like David O. Russell just is his own worst enemy. Now, I do like the main players, Christian Bale, John David Washington, and Margot Robbie playing 3 friends. I think scenes where it focuses on their characters are the biggest takeaway to this film, where we have side plots and side characters of Zoe Saldana, Mike Myers, Michael Shannon, a very stiff, surprisingly, Taylor Swift. Although I do like her short appearance in this film, I just think that a lot of these become just distractions to what's going on screen, where I feel like the plot is interesting, but it runs into too many cooks in the kitchen. I do like Anya Taylor-Joy. As much as I do like her, it just seems like she's so underwritten in this film and underappreciated, really. I think that the pairing of Rami Malek and her could be interesting in a different film. A lot of these things don't amount to much. So if it stuck to what was on page, I believe, if David O. Russell wasn't so improvisational in his direction and just stayed the course, I really think that this movie could have been something big, something huge, something returned to form with, like I said, those earlier films, which I hold in high regard. However, I think this is another misfire for David O. Russell, and it does put the blame on his direction. I feel like all this improvisational acting and filmmaking just doesn't gel in a cohesive manner. And I just wish Amsterdam was a lot more interesting than what is on screen. It feels like it has a long running time, and when I went to go see this at a 10 o'clock showing, I really did fall in and out of just the film itself in general. I felt like my eyelids were getting really heavy. I was following the film for most part, but I really feel like if you don't have the main pairing of the 3 main actors, and you have these, subplots and side characters that don't amount to much, Amsterdam just feels very rambly. It meanders quite a bit, and I just wish it was a little bit more focused. It is shot well. It looks like a great film. However, just the content itself doesn't amount to much. When you don't have the three main characters on screen together, the film suffers, and it just with a barrage of actors and, like I said, too much cooks in the kitchen, it just feels like a big, bloated, convoluted mess. Somewhere in this big, bloated film is a great movie. I just wish it would have been shown to its audience. Like I said, should have stayed the course, and I think it would have been a great return to form. However, I do feel a not so stellar 2-star review for Amsterdam. Thank you very much for checking in on my content. Let me know how my film analysis is for these two films. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? Leave your comments down below, and we'll see you on the next one.